today. What today was all about? What was the key focus?
So, obviously we are always mindful in terms of creating more bridges for communication. As I say, the world is getting smaller, but the distance between U.S. and China is getting bigger. So whatever we can do, whatever the opportunity we may have, we should try our best to build more bridges. Nothing is worse than misunderstanding. Nothing is worse than conflict caused by misunderstanding. So today, I thought it's perfect for us to invite those people who really can talk about from their own experience why those communication and cooperation are important. You heard Mayor Lightfoot say, you heard Governor Quinn say, everybody can talk from different angle for different phrase, but essentially they're saying the same thing. Working together, at least to understand each other, will minimize the damage to both countries. So that's what we want to do. So, AI, technology cooperation, it is fundamentally going to change the human's life. If we can find a way to work together, just as you heard, the panelists say, China has a very big data resources. If we can use that data to help us to advance our AI too. The second panel talk about those youth, to learn from each other, to understand what China really is about. That will help us to even form a better foreign policy. As I say, that my concern is that we're trying to make a policy without truly understand what China is about today. Nothing is better than you are personally there, talking to the people on the street, understand how business is doing, and then you form a policy that could be more effective. So obviously, today is not going to solve those issues, but at least today is going to be a small stepstone for a bigger future.
And if I break down the technology area in AI and also in auto with EVs and other technology fast approaching, batteries, etc. Even though it's a very competitive area, do you see areas of collaboration potential going forward between the two countries?
Yeah, I would say I don't think we have a choice. And although we can try very hard to have a separation, but eventually people are still going to travel. One of the jokes in China is that looks like those AI is largely a competition between American Chinese and the Chinese Chinese. If that's the case, unless we can completely stop people flow, otherwise I think you have to find a way to work together. In fact, my concern is that, for example, I don't know whether it's a fake or not, I saw in the newspaper that one of the key guy in the Deep Six team, he was the intern at NVIDIA. So my question is really, we need to try to think how we lost him. Why he did not stay here? If the competition is all about, and it used to be about the steel, about land, now it's all about talent. If that's the case, we have 300,000 students here from China. They're all smart. How we keep it? And I don't think we have addressed those issues yet. In fact, I think last year we lost the 400 top scientists. They all moved back to China, which is a disaster, I mean, if you talk about from a competition point of view, and I hope, our policy does not cause more issues on that. I think Congress needs to seriously look into that. How to keep the talent here. Even President Trump said, all those students, they should be given H-1B right away so they can stay. If we push them out, we're giving them our best resources to a competitor. That doesn't make any sense to me, you know. So, hey.
Then, you mentioned about the importance of people-to-people exchanges. Obviously, that was mentioned by Xi Jinping back in San Francisco. How, at a more of a high school level, at a student level, university level, just how important is it going forward to bring that greater understanding to have these student kind of youth exchanges?
Yeah, I mean, in today's world, either we are misled by fake news, which is a lot, or you get into the real world to understand who your competitor or partner is. To me, as I say, nothing's worse than misunderstanding. Nothing's worse than the damage caused by misunderstanding. So, sending students to China to understand what China is really about, good and bad. You know, I'm not saying China is all good or China is all bad, but you have to understand the reality. USA is all about open market, about freedom. If that's the case, we should send our students to all over the world, you know, to understand. So I still believe this going to have a very long-term impact. And I think some of those experts of China, some of our experts in terms of industrial policy, some of our experts in terms of future AI or whatever, can come out from those students. And we all know hybrid will generate synergy, and those synergy can, you know, uplift your level. So when our students have those international view, have those international experience, that will definitely help them, and help them to grow, help them to understand the world. And then in the reality is that in the digital world, this digital twin, it's going to come. It's going to be here soon. It doesn't really matter. I said, there's no passport, there's no immigration, there's no visa. You are there. It's just a matter, you need to embrace them. If you don't embrace them, you're going to be left out. That's the problem. So we need to have more international mindset. And, you know, machine learning, where you learn? You learn from all the data. Where you get the data? Obviously by contacting more people, learn from more, you know, from other countries. So if we want to have the smartest people, we should let them to be all over the world. I don't think we have a choice.
Thank you very much. I'll let you
so now
finish
you
off.
Tell me where you're going to broadcast.